Making conversation is becoming a lost art due to the rise in texting and virtual communication, so we're looking at ways we can be better at it.
We're talking to the author of the new book, Talk, The Science of Conversation and the Art of Being Ourselves. Allison Wood Brooks is a professor at Harvard Business School. She joins us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Good to talk to you. You know, I would assume that I know with our kids' generation, everyone always talks about Gen Z. They're so used to looking at their phones and doing everything virtually that they don't know how to have conversations. Is that true, or are we kind of overgeneralizing?
No, I think it is true to some extent. We're all living, all of us at all ages are living in this world where we need to toggle between all of these different modes of communication. We're answering emails, we're texting at the same time, we're answering phone calls, we're on Zoom, and then we need to turn and sort of face people in the world face to face. And scientists don't really know what that's doing to people's brains quite yet. We're sure that it's not great for kids as they're just learning this very important skill of how to be good conversationalists.
Yeah, and I think lots of people find it difficult, and it seems like it should be organic, but you say that it's okay to play the coordination game to sort of prep for a conversation. How might you do that to make it easier?
It's not hard. A lot of people are averse to the idea of thinking ahead about their conversations, especially with people they know well. It feels like it should be natural and second nature, and you're just going to know what to talk about. But when you look under the hood of conversation, it's so much more complicated than it first appears, that just 30 seconds of forethought, hey, what should I talk about with this person? What's going to make this rewarding for them? What will make it rewarding for me? A little bit of forethought can go a long way once you're in the sort of chaotic experience, the engaging experience of the conversation.
I'm assuming we're talking about, just regular everyday conversation aside from interviews, but you're saying just everyday conversation, you find people just don't listen or ask questions of other people. They just do all the talking, right? That's a great life skill to have.
It's all such a great life skill to have. Some people are amazing listeners, but what I think we underestimate is how effortful it is to listen to each other attentively. The human brain is built to wander. And so it actually takes a lot of effort to focus in on your conversation partner and think about what they're saying. And if you put in that hard work, you should show your partner that you're listening to them, not only with your nonverbal cues like smiling and nodding and leaning in, but also with your words by repeating what they've said or asking a follow-up question, calling back to things they've said earlier in the conversation. Those are undeniable cues that you've heard them.
Yeah. So you're talking about validation there. I think one of the difficult things for people to do at like a party, especially for people who are good conversationalists, is how to get out. How do you get out?
Totally. This is very common. When we think about how a conversation unfolds, you're constantly making micro decisions about how to move from one topic to the next. And the final topic switch is ending. It's choosing mutual silence and walking away from each other. And so each of those coordination decisions is quite complicated. People feel a lot of hemming and hawing at the end of a conversation. There's really lovely research that's emerged quite recently that no one knows when their partner wants to end. It's kind of hard to know when you want to end. And so instead of hemming and hawing and staying too long, it's actually okay to just leave. Say, hey, this has been great. I've loved seeing you. I can't wait for the next time. See you later. So just end it and know with acceptance that you can't really possibly know when your partner's ready.
How about this, Allison? You're the man. That ends, right?
Great.
Take that one back to Harvard.
What is happening to you? I don't even know who he is sometimes. He comes, Allison, I apologize.
Yeah.
This is his cool way of ending this segment.
Yeah.
Take notes on that. It was really just
TikTok, 20 minutes of the weekend, Allison.
Amazing. Hey, Larry, you're the man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's so cool.
Oh, I know.
The book is Talk, The Science of Conversation and the Art of Being Ourselves. For more, you can check out Allison's website and follow her on Instagram. Thanks, Allison. And I apologize. You're an idiot.
You shut up.
Thank you,
be
guys.
quiet.
You're awesome.
Oh,
How do you
what
get
am
someone
I doing
who keeps
here?
talking?
God.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.